European countries have lots to offer visitors, from France's cultural attractions to Italy's wealth of historical sites and Germany's magnificent list of stunning architectural destinations. As a result, picking the best attractions to visit can be extremely difficult. Nevertheless, we've put together a list of the 10 best places to visit in Europe. No matter whether you're looking for a mysterious destination like Stonehenge or a chance to immerse yourself in a world of art and architecture, in ancient Prague Castle or the magnificent Louvre Museum. Learn about the best places to visit in this culturally diverse continent with our list of the top attractions in Europe. But before we begin, if you love to see more videos about the best places to visit in the whole world, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And let's get started. Number 10 is Eiffel Tower, France. The Eiffel Tower is one of France's most famous sites. Sitting in the heart of the Champ de Mars in Paris, the wrought iron tower was originally built to serve as the entrance to the 1889 World's Fair. Engineer Gustave Eiffel received much criticism for his design, with people calling it a monstrosity and an impossible task. At the time of construction, the 324-meter-tall tower, equivalent to an 81-story building, was the tallest structure in the world. The tower's 3 levels house restaurants and cafes, gift shops, exhibits about the history of the tower, the original restored office of Gustave Eiffel, and several observation decks. The first 2 levels of the Eiffel Tower can be accessed via staircase or a lift, but the 3rd level is only accessible to visitors via an elevator. At night, the entire tower is illuminated with golden lights. Number 9 is Colosseum, Italy. Rome's Flavian Amphitheater, better known as the Colosseum, remains one of the most iconic symbols of Imperial Rome and is one of the most visited tourist sites in Italy. It was built in AD 70 AD using travertine limestone and volcanic rock. At the time of its construction, and for a long time after, it was the world's largest amphitheater and held up to 80,000 spectators. With an outer wall height of 48 meters and a base area of 24,000 square meters, the Colosseum is an imposing structure. At the peak of its glory, it contained a velarium, a retractable awning to protect spectators during bad weather, and a thick wooden floor covered by sand. Under this floor, an underground labyrinth of tunnels held animals and gladiators before the fights.
Number 8 is the Acropolis of Athens, Greece. Watching over Athens from atop a rocky outcrop, the ancient citadel is one of Greece's most famous tourist destinations. The Acropolis' most famous buildings were all constructed in the 5th century BC under the watchful eye of statesman and General Pericles. The heart of the Acropolis is the Parthenon, a temple built to thank the gods for the victory over Persian invaders, though it also served as the city treasury for a time. Other prominent buildings include the Gateway Propylaea, which serves as the entrance to Acropolis, the Erechtheian Temple, dedicated to Athena and Poseidon, and the tiny but beautiful Temple of Athena Nike. Many of the buildings in the Acropolis were damaged during the Marine War in 1687. Most of the ancient artifacts found within the temples that survived the damage have been since moved to the Acropolis Museum nearby.
Number 7 is Berlin's Brandenburg Gate, Germany. Built by orders of Prussian King Frederick William II in the 18th century, the Brandenburg Gate has become the symbol of Berlin. A massive 26 meters high and over 65 meters long, the gate is crowned by a quadriga or chariot drawn by 4 horses. The gate owes its name to the town of Brandenburg and der Havel as it sits where the road connecting Berlin and Brandenburg town starts. Over the past 2 centuries, the gate has had center stage in many of the historical events that shaped Germany. It was used as a Nazi symbol and survived World War II despite heavy damage from explosions and shootings. Years later, the gate became the unofficial border between East and West Berlin until the construction of the Berlin Wall. And when the wall fell in 1989, 100,000 people gathered at the gate to celebrate. Number 6 is Venice Canals, Italy. Italy's magical floating city has a wealth of beauty, romance, and history to please every visitor. Over 150 canals run through Venice, connecting 118 tiny islands, viaduct, some 400 bridges, and several walkways. The magic of Venice doesn't end in the water. Charming alleyways and passageways, hidden courtyards, and stunning examples of Gothic and Renaissance architecture line the banks of the canals. Much of the beautiful architecture can be better appreciated from the water as you travel under bridges and around corners of the Grand Canal on a gondola sightseeing tour or a Vaporetto, Venice's water bus. Venice's Grand Canal, the main water traffic corridor of the city, is flanked by many palazzos and churches, including the 15th century Venetian Gothic Palazzi Barbaro and the Rococo-style Ca' Rezzonico Palace, with a facade completely covered in white marble. Number 5 is the Matterhorn, Switzerland. At 4,478 meters high, the Matterhorn is one of the highest summits in Europe. The stunning mountain sits right over the Swiss town of Zermatt, on the border between Switzerland and Italy. A popular hiking destination in the Alps, the Matterhorn is unique because it's a pyramid-shaped mountain that can be climbed on all 4 sides. For the non-climbers out there, it's also possible to complete a 10-day trek around the mountain. This is considered one of the most beautiful hikes in the Alps, crossing glacial lakes, alpine forests, and flowering meadows. Number 4 is Amsterdam's Canals, the Netherlands. Aptly known as the Venice of the North, Amsterdam is fueled by the many hundreds of kilometers of grachten, canals, that cut through the city. The city has 3 main canals, Herengracht, Prinsengracht, and Keizersgracht, and over 1,500 bridges connecting the islands. The Prinsengracht Canal is probably the most famous canal in the Netherlands, as several notable buildings are situated along its shores. These include Anne Frank's house, Amsterdam's tallest church, Westerkerk, the 17th century Dutzenhof house, and several other impressive historical constructions. Number 3 is the Alhambra Garden, Spain. The palace and fortress complex Alhambra, which translates to the Red One, was originally built in 889 CE, though it didn't achieve its current look and massive 142,000 square meter size until the mid-13th century. The fortress was neglected and vandalized over the centuries, and though it was also partially restored, it wasn't always done with great care. Still, the Alhambra stands as one of the most magnificent displays of Muslim art and architecture in Spain. Built using a mix of red clay, layered brick, and stone, the natural earth red color of the Alhambra is its most stunning feature. Inside, intricate stucco work covers the many Moorish palaces, royal baths, and fortified towers. Number 2 is Lisbon, Portugal. No European trip is complete without a visit to Lisbon. Generous and enthusiastic by nature, the Portuguese will welcome you with warm smiles and hearty meals. Thanks to an uptick in direct flights in recent years, accessing Spain's neighbor has never been easier or more affordable. Lisbon is a colorful and vibrant destination. Renowned for its warm and sunny disposition, the city is blessed with a wealth of historic monuments, world-class museums, and a host of other fabulous things to do that can easily be worked into a single or multi-day itinerary. You can explore the narrow streets of the Old Quarter, stroll the riverbank promenade, or wander through verdant parks and gardens. Enjoy Lisbon like the locals do, at an easy and unhurried pace, and you'll quickly fall for its welcoming character and beguiling charm. Number 1 is London, England. The capital of both England and the United Kingdom, London is a healthy mix of modern conveniences and tradition and serves as one of the most influential hubs on the planet. You'll want a handful of days here, especially since there is so much to see: Westminster Abbey, the London Eye, the Shard, Buckingham Palace, Borough Market, the Tower of London, and the list goes on.